Okay, Shalom. I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Kakwadash.
Kakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And a sincere Shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. Um, oh, yeah, I should have put the article up first. This video is basically on this coronavirus.
I
I
think it's
believe it's called.
pronounced.
Yeah, it's called Corona. Yeah, and it's spreading like heavy in China. I believe they got about three cities in China on city lockdown. I believe because of this virus, it's like very fast spreading. And so far, as you can see right here, it says the CDC confirms second U.S. case of coronavirus.
Mm.
That didn't take very long because people coming back, back and forth, from China and flying everywhere, and who knows what people got,
Right.
and damn near the whole, um, damn near all of China's civilians are wearing face masks, and that just looks like something straight off a movie.
And the game, actually.
And the game,
The Division, that's a game that was going into the outbreaks. They had to wear masks even coming out out of their own houses.
right? And it seemed like this is exactly what they got to do. Just coming out their houses, they have to wear masks and things like that. Um, and you better best believe that. Well, it's coming here. You know. So again, this video on these plagues, because these plagues are prophesied, and we've been heavy on prophecy lately. This is Isaiah 24:4. It says, "The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languish and fadeth away." So like the world languisheth and fadeth away. The hardy people of the earth do languish. Okay. Now that's part of prophecy. Because even the earth is mourning. So if the earth is mourning, the inhabitants of the earth, as far as people, animals, insects, and everything else of the earth is mourning as well. You know, um, you seeing insects not even behaving correctly. I'm seeing all types of stuff, and certain insects that's supposed to be out in the like bees. It last week. This is mind you. This is in the middle of January, and I just probably did seen like two bees last week. I'm serious.
And then I'm still seeing squirrels.
Squirrels are supposed to be hibernating.
Mhm.
They're out because they don't like today. It's kind of warm.
Yep.
Like they come out of wherever they hide at,
Yeah.
wherever they hibernate at. They go, okay, it's warm today, so we're gonna run around.
And then
But
when it starts getting cold again,
the next day they come out and just go. I thought it was warm, but they go, okay, so it might be still the warm days, so it might be just today, and they still be running around.
And that's I saw an article with pointing towards iguanas. They were saying a bunch of iguanas were found dead because of the cold, and that's like this shit is like not just this is crazy.
That's because Esau been fucking up the ecosystem.
Right.
But ultimately, it's the Lord that's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The bring judgment. When the Lord comes judgment, there's death.
Australia, that ate fire.
Damn near all of Australia was on fire.
Yep. I mean, how you have a murder rate every day in this place.
And that's just recorded. I believe it's probably like
It's gonna be more than that.
I believe it's probably like three, 4, 5 a day. Who knows? Baltimore County was never really known for murders, but now that's even going. The rate on that is even going up. That is crazy. Everybody said, "Oh, the mayor." This I think it's supposed to be a new mayor. Said he cleaned up. If he could clean up Louisiana, he could clean up here.
No, you can't.
Louisiana is not nowhere as bad as Baltimore is.
Shit, hell, they can't even fix the roads here. So what good is that gonna do?
Right, if you can't fix roads, go ahead and get your scripture.
Right.
This place
No,
not fault.
they don't even fix up buildings here.
Exactly.
A lot of these buildings be boarded up.
Right, and just rotten inside out.
Yep, mold everywhere.
Right.
You can that one place we was at, you can smell it from outside.
Yeah, I was having a hard time breathing right there because of that stuff that we was inhaling. That shit, it's not good.
Right.
But
But they'll keep that up though.
they will.
Boarded house is saying, God loves everyone. God,
Or ravens.
love peace.
Oh yeah, Baltimore, that and Baltimore, and people they don't take that into they probably do take that into consideration, but they don't care. Like far as people gotta walk by these rotten ass buildings and breathe that stuff in, and it could cause all types of stuff.
Well, shit, they probably don't take into consideration because guess what they be breathing every goddamn day? Weed.
Yep, and
They
whatever
breathe that in just fine. So
Whatever
most
else
of
they
them ain't
smoke.
gonna be a problem.
and whatever else they smoke.
Yep. No, they probably be smoking carrots.
They start smoking candy now.
But that ain't nothing new.
And they're smoking pins.
Yeah,
That's still not new.
yeah, that's not new.
I remember hearing that. I remember people doing that back in middle school.
Yeah, that's just Jake in the hole. You go here.
All right, this is Ezekiel 7:21. It says, "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it."
Basically saying that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. That's Job 9. What?
Job 9:24.
Yep. The earth is given into the hand. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And that's basically all that's saying.
Yep.
And they're going to pollute it. You got all types of chemtrails. We was walking the other week, a few weeks ago, and we saw black chemtrails. Even though I seen them some years back.
Yeah, I remember seeing them some back.
Yeah. We all It was one day we was coming up from camp. We saw a bunch of them.
Yup.
We saw a bunch of black chemtrails and shit, man. Mm-hmm. But then right next to them, you see white chemtrails.
But guess what's still in it? Fucking chemicals.
Yep.
Fucking it's all still a plan to get people sick. With all these, is the same with the diseases. They just come out with things and they dim it down so it doesn't just instantly just kill people right off the bat.
Right.
ESA wants them to keep getting these things, these sicknesses, so they can keep going to these hospitals for money. And for the vaccine, and to vaccinate these people.
Yep.
Get them used to getting that chip next.
Yep.
Because that's ultimately where it's leading to.
Yeah, that's all. Like this new coronavirus,
Yep.
all this stuff is leading to. But then this might be one of those viruses that pop up and then it goes like Ebola, the swine flu. I haven't heard of the swine flu in years, and sometimes I forget about it.
Right, because it only popped up one time. As far as our lifetime of hearing it.
Right. All I'm seeing is you want your flu. The only thing I'm hearing related to the flu is you want your flu shot.
That's all it is.
Or some people are still getting the flu, but not as crazy as that strain was a couple years ago. Mm-hmm. I'm like, like I said, I tend to forget about that. Mm-hmm. I forgot about Ebola.
It's basically like I said, that one game, the Resident Evil. That's in the movies.
Yeah.
It's in the movie. These people watch the movies of Resident Evil. They seen the crazy shit Esau able to put out. And Esau is able to put these diseases out, and he's able to control them.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to let all them diseases out. It's just basically a plague. He's waiting. He wants these people to die when that time comes, so he can reduce the population.
Right.
So he's going to release some plagues we never even heard of. Hell, I never even heard of this plague until today.
Right.
What is it called? What's it called?
It's
again?
called coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Yep.
And I'm like, coronavirus. That actually, this is like after a drink. Corona.
I know Corona's a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, They just you're gonna hear diseases. You're gonna see diseases that you never even seen or heard of before, and that's because Esau has it stored. So I got one scripture right here, which is Revelations 18:8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, and mourning and famine." See, it's gonna be a lot of deaths in that day, especially when Esau lets loose these famines. You're gonna be mourning when your loved ones die, or just being around a bunch of dead bodies, or you're gonna be in the famine where you can't even eat because the food may even be contaminated. Because that's what they showed in the games. Like I said, the division.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even touch certain shit, or you couldn't even be in a certain area, or you would die.
Yeah.
What
They did.
was it? Huh?
What'd you say?
No, you go.
No, they did say something like it may have been started by like contaminated meat.
Yeah,
Or, you know,
meat
fish.
and fish.
You know,
and transferred to human to human.
Yeah. Yup. So.
What was that? The video the Ock did on that the nuclear thing. That's basically like a chemical, which is also basically a disease because the people that were suffering over there, those are disease-ridden people now.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't even live over there no more. But the people that was living there, they were suffering.
Yep.
It's all that pollution.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all that is. And you know, whenever you got a island of trash the size of France, and France isn't that small either.
What was that place? Venezuela, I think.
You know.
Was it Venezuela? No. That's something else.
It's just floating around out in the ocean.
Jeez.
A whole island of trash about the size of France. that
Well, I mean, shit. We could basically compare that to the harbor down here.
Yeah.
You can't remember those people that tourists that jumped into that water.
Yeah.
They had to go to the hospital immediately because of the amount of stuff that was in that water.
And then
The CDC had to come to that hospital.
Yep.
And people claimed of being pulled down in there a little bit.
Even that, but still, the CDC still had to come.
Yep.
Because that's a disease-ridden water. You can't even drink from that water.
No. And neither would you want to.
Exactly, very much so.
I got a scripture here. It's Matthew 24:7. It said, and so far these prophecy videos have been going into Matthew 24. And rightfully so. I mean, because it only makes sense. It's Matthew 24:7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Now you're hearing all that right now. You know, nation, nationality against nationality, kingdom against kingdom, meaning country against country. You know, and even the same nationality against the same nationality. Russia and America are the same damn people.
Yep. That's just they like to get it mixed up because
they're both Edomites.
Right. They'll separate American from Russian when they're both the same thing.
They're the same damn people.
Because Esau likes to put a label on things just to make a whole separation of what he wants to be.
Right. You know, it's how almost every goddamn country has the eagle. They're all one. Even though like, Arabs and Edomites are not the same thing, same nationality.
Right.
But at the same time, they all, for whatever reason, a lot of them had an eagle. Why?
Yep.
They just eat each other alive. That's all that is.
Yep.
It says, "And there shall be famines," and we are in the famine right now. Believe it or not, we're not in a famine where we're not eating, but we're in a famine where, well, we're not really eating because we got GMO food.
Right. I was about to say we don't have real food. We don't even have real air at this point.
At this point, yeah, you got this refined sugar and salt that cuts your arteries and things like that. It crystallizes that cuts the arteries and things like that. Plant based. You got people. Plant based is that people think that they hear that word plant is healthy. That's just another form of cannibalism. Plant based burgers is only made out of your own blood. You know, that's what they doing it with. You know, so it's like, you know, they call that healthy. I don't know how that could possibly be healthy. I'm gonna be honest.
And then it's meat. How can it be
plant-based meat?
Huh.
You know, I believe that sounds worse than GMO.
More likely is. Who knows what they be putting in that shit? Hell, they put steroids and estrogen inside chicken.
Yes, they do. Yep, sure do.
You can imagine what they were doing with so-called plant-based meat.
Plant-based. It says, and pestilences being, you know, well, prime example is something we talk about in this video right now. You know, the coronavirus,
Yeah.
and the other viruses, and you know, a part of pestilences is what you see out when you wake up. When you know every day you walk out the door, or you know, you could just look on social media. You ain't gotta leave the house to know that we live in one big ass pestilence.
Yep.
You know, social media is one of the pestilences that we have a problem. You know,
Plague of the mind.
Yep. That's just exactly. A plague of the mind, a plague of the eyes. You know, you gotta, you know, wake up and see how women walking around naked all the goddamn time, man. You know, which
transgenders,
trans fluid, whatever else they got going on. You know,
what is trans fluid? It's like
it's basically if I'm not mistaken, so like if I'm wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, I think trans fluid was that thing where you have I guess they say you're not gay, but you have gay tendencies. So it's like one day you may feel gay, the other day you may feel straight. I guess that's what they, you know, and I guess it's another gender.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody could blame you for being confused on that because that just sounds confusing in itself.
That's exactly. So I don't know how many different genders they got out there right now. It's probably about 9, 10, 11. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there's people out there that really believe that their gender is really called a toaster. So I'm not surprised.
Hold on. I ain't never hear that before.
I heard it quite a few times. I forgot where I was at that day. Someone was really genuinely believing he was a toaster.
Oh.
Might have some problems, but I don't know at that point because I was like, you might as well be a toaster because all of America is confused, so you're definitely confused. So I'm like, okay.
Damn.
People are stupid.
God damn. I mean,
he was just pulling out all these analytical things to prove he was a toaster.
My goodness.
Okay.
People study that deep to prove that they're an inanimate object.
I mean, at this point, I believe it. At this point, because guess what we had to deal with in the truth.
That's true.
We got to deal with other fake Israelite camps that making up all sorts of stuff.
Making up all types of stuff.
This is one of those. This is one of the diseases too.
Yeah.
The plague of the mind.
Yep. We are definitely in one big. Yep.
Because America says you could be anything you want to be. You could get money any type of way you want to, and there you go.
There you have
This is what you got.
People believing that they toasters. It says earthquakes in diverse places, right? So, you know, a lot of people, you know, speaking of earthquakes, a lot of people forgot about that earthquake that we had in Baltimore a while ago, and up the whole East Coast of America, really. I forgot where it started, but it shot up and it up the whole East Coast, you know. And people, I don't know if forget stuff like that. that because you know, you just sitting there, you chilling, and all of a sudden you feel something shaking. You like, oh, I'm surprised people in California are used to that bullshit, and they probably not even all that used to it.
Right.
You were sitting there chilling, and everything just started shaking. Then we had a aftershock, but it was happening, but we didn't really feel it.
Mm.
You know, so. That's crazy. Again, you know, this is just prophecy. Everything is just prophecy.
Yep.
You know, it don't matter what we do the video on. It's prophecy.
Yep.
It could be the smallest thing.
And the Lord has it to where it's going to happen.
Yeah. So, on that, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.